Quality versus quantity. What's more important on YouTube? That's what we're going to talk about today. So, hello friends and welcome back to yet another video. Today we're gonna do something a little bit more simple and basic. Today it's really just you and me hanging out here on my balcony. That kind of reminds me of the Tai Lopez here in my garage.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Anyways, the topic that we're going to talk about today, especially after the video that I uploaded yesterday, is another very important one for all those of you who already did or who are planning to start out on YouTube.
Knowledge.
Should I focus on quality or quantity of videos to put out? That's usually one of the first things you need to decide on, and today I want to share with you my thoughts on this. And a little bit of a disclaimer first, I'm really talking about this from a perspective of you really want your channel to grow. It's not just a hobby, you really want this to go somewhere, right? So first of all, I have a very clear opinion on that, is that quality always comes first. But there's a very big trap that many of us fall into when we start on YouTube, because what you might understand as quality is not the quality that I actually mean. Let me explain. So I think there's a very big misunderstanding, and that is when you say quantity versus quality, you mean quantity of videos, so amount of videos, versus quality, production quality of the videos. And production quality simply means how good is the image, how nice is the background, how good is the lighting, how good is the camera that you're using. But what I actually mean, and what is from my point of view way more important, is content quality. And what I mean by that is content that actually is valuable to the people who are watching it, and not content that you actually like to look at yourself as the person making it. But let me give you a little bit of an example so that that actually makes a little bit more sense. So recently I just started a channel together with one of my new clients. I'm probably going to show a graph of the growth up here, and after about 8 to 10 weeks of uploading, she has reached from 0 to now 1,100 subscribers. And the thing about this, the videos she's recording, she doesn't even have a proper camera, she just uses a smartphone. And then the videos are not even edited, she uploads it straight to YouTube. So for anyone who's an editor or is a filmmaker, it's like a production quality nightmare, because there's no fancy lighting, there's no fancy gear, there's no fancy editing, nothing. But the videos work really well on YouTube simply because what she really has is content quality. The people she's making videos for really like what she's talking about and really enjoy the videos that she's making, and they don't need to be fancy. And this is, by the way, exactly the reason why I decided to make this video a little bit simpler, because I for myself, and that may apply for many of you too, I really want the videos to be nicely edited. I want to have some cool b-roll, some cool music and all that sort of stuff. Normally I would have taken my camera, I would have gone out to do a vlog, because I for myself feel like I need to have that so that the video is good enough so I can put it out. But then again, I as the one who's creating it, I'm not deciding on the content quality. It's you who are watching by either continuing to watch it or by dropping out after 2 minutes because it wasn't valuable to you. In the end, what really makes a difference is if the message that I'm sharing here is helpful to you. Yes, of course it might make it cooler to look at with some nice music, but then again, is that really important when my main idea is that I want to help you with those videos? Not really. And that is what I mean by content quality. That's the very first thing you have to focus on, because everything else can be in vain. You can put 20 hours into editing a video. If it doesn't have a message, if it doesn't bring any sort of value to the person watching, where's the point in putting in all that effort? Disclaimer again, for anyone who wants to grow a channel. So before you ever think about should I upload more videos or should I make the production quality of my videos better, the first thing you need to ever ask yourself before that is my content quality actually already on point? Am I making videos that interest anyone, that have value to anyone? And then after that, you can think about improving the production quality, and then you can think about bumping up the frequency. The question that then comes is, how do you actually know if you found your content quality, if you already figured that out? And that is pretty simple to tell actually, because when you have over proportionally many people telling you that the videos you're making are helping them and are useful for them and they enjoy watching them, then you know that you're actually on the right track. Before you get to that point, you don't really need to think about how many videos per week, or do I need the best camera and the gimbal and the lighting and all that sort of stuff. First you need to figure out what's the valuable message that you have to share and that you can help others with, because after all, that's in 2019 what YouTube is all about, creating content that helps others on the other side of the screen. So the question then remains, okay, how do you actually get there? Because you're not going to figure out what kind of content people will want to watch by simply just sitting at home and baiting it inside your head. So that's why I would recommend, before putting any mental effort and stress on yourself by figuring out an upload schedule or improving your lighting, your gear and all that sort of stuff, the number one focus you should have in the beginning is to test around with a lot of different types of content around that topic that you want to talk about until you figure something out that people really enjoy watching. For me, for example, those were the reaction videos. First of all, overly many people have said that it really helped them if I break down the editing techniques like this. And then secondly, YouTube recognized that and suddenly decided to promote my channel way more than it had ever been promoted before. And this, in my example, was the moment where I realized realized, okay, content quality is now on the right level. Now I can focus on increasing the quantity. Now I can maybe think about, okay, how can I make this look a bit better? How can I set myself apart from anyone else who might do similar content? And then the next step, how actually could I increase the quantity? Because the moment where you have reached the level where the content is good enough so that people gain value out of it and they watch it, then comes the moment where you can really achieve a lot of benefit by just bumping up the amount of videos that you put out. So how much actual quantity do you need to put out? That totally depends on the kind of content you're making. For me, realistically, just to give you an idea, I have found for myself the kind of videos that I'm making, vlog type videos, and then again the reaction videos, I could realistically at maximum make like 4 or 5 per week through a longer period of time. And then what's more realistic, especially if I'm doing client work on the side also, is 2 to 3 videos per week. That might look totally different for your situation. If you haven't seen the video, check up here where I talked about consistency on YouTube yesterday. But as I said, that point should only ever come to your mind the moment that you figured out some kind of content that really works for you and that people perceive as very valuable to them. So to sum that up, quality versus quantity, there's a big misunderstanding because normally people understand amount of videos versus image quality of the videos. What you need to always put over both of these is quality of the content, quality of the information that you're providing. And that always comes first. And that's what I want you to focus on. Those were the experiences that I made over the last year that I've been here on YouTube. And I hope sharing something like this helps you out. By the way, also I made a podcast on this exact topic that I'm going to link you down in the description below. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this podcast in the next couple of days. And that's after all what I wanted to share with you in today's video. Hope this helped. Until tomorrow's upload.